Let me catch my breath. Hi guys, welcome back to, again, your favorite podcast ever and your weekly FaceTime call with your favorite black girl. I think that's gonna be like the new intro, past the intro, because Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl Podcast, even though I adore the name, it does not roll off the tongue. It takes a minute to say. And yeah, guys, I have a lot to talk about today. I'm gonna try to keep it a hot 30, maybe a cool 45, but I just got so much to talk about. Oh my gosh. So before I get into the episode, if you guys hear the sweet sounds of a bird chirping, it's because a bird decided to come right up to my window and just disrespect everything I stand for, and he or she will not get away from me. So if there's a little lullaby in the background of this podcast, just know that apparently I got beef with a bird. So I don't even know how that works. Like I said, you guys, I have so much to talk about today in this episode. I feel like I'm a new person every week. Like I told you guys last episode, this is like my verbal diary, and just being a person in general is already wild. But being a girl in your 20s and being a person of color, I feel like my personality just changes all the time. So I have to present you guys with that new personality every Sunday. Let's get right into the episode. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is really stupid, but it's facts. And I know I'm not the only one who noticed this. Like, I was driving around the other day and I just saw this and I was like, I wonder, does anybody else catch on to this, or if it's just me? Y'all ever noticed that homeless people be having the most exquisite dogs? Like, think about the last time you saw a homeless person with a dog. It be like a purebred, a rare breed. The dog is like, the coat shiny, the teeth white, the thighs thick from walking everywhere. The owner is like down to his last stomach growl, but the dog just looks like it's ready for a show. I've always been so confused by that. I know what y'all are thinking, like, oh, it's because they not really homeless, they just trying to get money. No, they be homeless. They be homeless. And if they not homeless for real, the dedication they make or they take to look the part is Oscar worthy, because I'm 99.999999% sure that these people really are homeless. They dogs just look amazing. Writing down, I don't know anything about Florida. I don't know where I was just driving. And I saw this homeless man, the dog breed I have wanted my whole life. If you know me personally, you know I have always wanted a Doberman Pinscher. I think those are the best dog breed ever. And I used to work with dogs, so I know, right? These dogs are expensive as fuck. They range from like $2,000 all the way up to $10,000. Like, these dogs are expensive as fuck. I'm riding down the street, listening to some music. I look to my right. This man is like skin and bones. He's got dirt all over his face, holes in his clothes, shoes 2 sizes too big. The dog got cropped ears, a docked tail, the shiniest coat, the prettiest teeth, the thickest thighs. I'm like, what is happening? Like, where did you get this dog from? And how are you maintaining his health so well? I don't know, y'all. I just wanted to bring that up because next time y'all riding around, or just the next time you see a homeless person with a dog, just take a couple extra seconds to just look at the dog. And I promise you, like, he is living a better life than the person that is his owner. And that's crazy to me. So also, which is so admirable, because is that how you say that word? Admirable? Or is it admirable? It's admirable. Anyway, because if I was homeless, I don't think I would have like the mental capacity to take care of anything, let alone a dog. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it just shows you like how, like, where that person's moral lies, because I would be crying every day in the dog's face. Like, I can't feed you. I can't feed me. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do, Rufus. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to handle the responsibility of being homeless and having a dog. Like, we turn into a wolf pack. Like, we be fighting over a trash burrito. I don't know. Since I'm on the topic of homeless people, I think I mentioned this in another episode, but do y'all think that it's like jarring to ask a homeless person what they want to eat? Because every time I bring this topic up to people, it's like nobody thinks the way I do, because I think if you want to feed a homeless person, the least you could do is go up to that homeless person and be like, hey, are you hungry? What would you like to eat? Instead of just handing them a random item of food and expecting them to like it. You know what I mean? And then everybody comes back with the same rebuttal. Well, if they homeless, they don't got enough room to be picky. Like, as somebody that's been homeless before, like, I'm still a person with taste buds. I still have allergies. Like, I'm allergic to certain shit. Like, what if I'm allergic to chicken and you just give me a chicken burrito? Like, I'm supposed to just be gassed because you gave me a chicken burrito? I can't eat this. I'm gonna die. Like, what if I'm allergic to peanuts and you just throw me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and keep on rolling, and you happy for the rest of the day because you think you done did a good deed? Whole time I'm contemplating if I want to eat it or not, because I've been hungry for 75 days, but you giving me something that potentially might kill me, so I've always been, I would always just ask somebody like, hey, what do you want to eat? Because just because I'm eating Chipotle doesn't mean that he likes Chipotle. And that's happened to me before. Back when I was in Virginia, I used to walk across the street and get a Chipotle bowl. And one time there was this homeless dude I was always talking to, and he didn't even ask me. I didn't even ask him. I just brought him back a bowl identical to the one I ate. And I was feeling good about myself. I was like, he about to fuck this bowl up. I gave him double chicken, rice, guacamole, sour cream, cheese, lettuce. I was like, this is about to be the best meal this man ever ate. Like, I'm really about to bless him. I gave that man that bowl. He was like, oh. He was like, I really appreciate this, but I really don't like guacamole. And the guacamole was all over this bowl. He couldn't even pick it. Like, it was all in there. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't ask you what you wanted. Like, and especially because Chipotle, you can only get what you asked for. So I don't know why I didn't ask him, like, what would you like? So that right there is just crazy to me. Does anybody else think like that, or is that just me? All right, y'all. So I want to talk to you guys about something that's been happening to me recently. And it's been happening to me for like the past 2 or maybe 3 years, right? All I watch, for pleasure anyway, are like British YouTubers, like British content, like Chunks, Young Philly, all of them, right? Nella Rose. Literally all I watch is British content if I'm not watching like a cartoon show or something, right? Besides my podcast. So British slang is starting to overtake my everyday vernacular, because there's no reason I should be saying bruv with a V. Like, and I have to catch myself saying it all the time. And I'm like, why is this happening to me? The other day, I was talking to my mom and I was swearing on something, right? And I try not to swear to God, so why did I say wallahi? I'm not even Muslim. Like, what is that? She was like, what? I was like, what? What did you just say? I don't even know. Why did I say that? And I put my hand up and everything. I was like, wallahi, I'm not lying. Huh? Girl, what? The most alarming thing about it is, I was about to say jarring. That's crazy. The most alarming thing about it is I'm such an English head, right? I'm such a reading, phonics comprehension, all of that shit is my thing, right? I love to read, love to spell words. English people pronounce words so wickedly, right? If you ever heard one say, the way they pronounce aluminum foil is crazy. But I'll be talking, right? And I know full well that the pronunciation of the word is brethren. But since all I do is watch these niggas, I say brethren because that's how they pronounce it. And people are starting to think like, Zaria, why would you say it like that? And I'm like, I don't know. I know how you say it. It's tapped into my psyche now, y'all. I don't know. I pronounce words so wrong because that's all I watch. And now it just falls off my tongue. Like, I just can't help it. Most unattractive thing about it all is that I can't help but say the slang now, right? At this point, it's against my will. My tongue might as well have a gun against my face. But it's so ugly when you're using another country's slang with an American accent. Like, to say mandem with an American accent is horrendous. So it doesn't even sound cool like when they say it. It sounds stupid. So even though I can't help it, when after it's already come out, I'm like, why are you like this? Like, why did I say that? I sound like an idiot. I can't help it. I need to stop. But it's just, I promise y'all, it's not my fault. So in any time during this podcast or any of my previous episodes, if you've heard me say a slang word that wasn't necessarily in America. It's because I got it from Young Philly. Like, I can't help it, y'all. I'm sick. So I do have a story time, y'all. And I think I'm gonna make it next. I was gonna save it to the end, but I do have a couple of little things that I want to talk about at the end. And they're kind of like, they're not mood killers, but they're just like, you know. So for the story time, I want to tell you guys about how I thought I was a cameo in Fast and Furious, right? So boom. Story take place. I'm like 18, I think. I'm in Virginia Beach, right? I used to smoke heavily when I was a teenager. And I say heavily, like I would smoke maybe 6 months a day, like by myself. No group, no rotation, no passing back and forth. Like in my bedroom at my parents' house by myself, just blowing it down. Room smoky as fuck. I'm tickling Jesus' eyelashes. Like I'm higher than the bitch, right? All day, every day. And so, with that being said, it was like maybe midnight. And I'm smoking one, rolling up another one, right? The honey backwoods all day long. That's my jam. Think about it every day. Miss it very much. I'm smoking my last little roach, rolling up another one. And I'm like, damn, you know what would sound so good with this blunt? A crunch wrap. And I don't know how they operate now because I don't eat it no more or as much. But Taco Bell back in Virginia Beach didn't close until like 2 a.m., right? It's only like midnight. So I'm like, it's one right down the street. Like, I'm going to go get that. So I finish smoking, roll it up. I get in my little Fiat. My car is very important to this story, okay? If y'all don't know what a Fiat 500 is, look it up right now. It's a car the size of my goddamn foot. It is a stick shift. It comes in several different colors. The cutest car you could ever imagine if you like tiny cars. I'm a 2-door car type of bitch, so I'm not with a I was about to say SVU. I'm not with a SUV. I don't like 4 doors. I don't want the possibility of somebody being in my backseat. I don't fuck with that. Had a little mint green Fiat. I hop right in that bitch, and it's a straight shot to Taco Bell from my house, right? If you from Virginia Beach, listen to this. I used to live right off Linden Haven on Bow Creek. So, straight shot, going down to Taco Bell. Like I said, it's midnight. By the time I get out my house, it's maybe hitting around 1 o'clock. Go to Taco Bell. I grab the crunch wrap. Like, I've retrieved the crunch wrap. I'm like, this night is about to be crazy. I didn't have to go to work the next morning, so I was just up at night, right? So I'm coming back down my street. Bow Creek was a long ass street. So I'm coming back down the street. I'm listening to music. I'm jamming. I got my sunroof open. I'm high as hell. I'm like, hey, come on now. So I can't see well at night, right? I can't even drive without my glasses. So with it being dark as fuck, I see the most baseball stadium bright headlights behind me I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm getting irritated because I already can't see. So with the headlights behind me blaring in my eyes, I'm just like, damn. So I'm turning my radio down because I'm hearing like shouting, and I'm hearing like high-pitched screams. So I'm like, what the fuck do they got going on behind me? Now, I told you that I can't see well in general, so I really can't see well at night. So I'm turning down my radio. All I'm seeing is like white bodies hanging out of like a truck, and they riding my ass, y'all, like on my ass. And that's my number one pet peeve about driving. If I can't see your license plate or the front of your 2 wheels, you are too fucking close. I hate when people ride my ass. I'm the type of bitch, I'll slam on my brakes. I've been ready to go. It's up to you if you want to go with me. I'll ruin everybody's day. Like, I really will. So, I'm blinded, I'm irritated, and I'm high as hell, right? So they banging on their car, yeah, getting all close to me, revving their engine and shit, I guess trying to scare me. And, you know, I'm tweaking because I'm high, and I'm like, oh, okay, y'all want to scare a bitch? Okay, let's see how scared everybody can get, right? So this is the part where I know I'll never do this again, and I know being high had everything to do with this. So I speed up real fast. I pass my house and everything. My car is so little that I just literally, I sped up and I hit a whole 360 in the middle of the street, and I just put my foot on the gas and I just revved towards them. I'm going fast as fuck towards these people, right? And I'm like, let's go. Y'all want to be scared? Y'all want to be scary? Let's really be scared, right? Because I'm with everything, right? So I'm going fast as fuck towards them. When I tell y'all the fear in everybody's face when they swerved so I wouldn't hit them was the most delicious thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And it was a truck full of like 4 white boys. And I'm like, what was the point of y'all messing with me? I'm just trying to get my little high ass something to eat and take my ass back in the house. When I tell y'all they look so scared, if they didn't swerve out the way, all of us would have just been, no problem with that. And then that's the crazy thing. This is why I don't tell my mom nothing. my mom is like the sweetest Christian lady ever. So y'all ever tell y'all mom something thinking that they was gonna be like, wow, and then they start cussing you out? It's crazy. So I told my mom about that. She was like, I don't understand why you would do that. What if they didn't swerve out of the way? You could have killed them. You could have killed yourself. I don't even know why you would tell anybody else that story. I was like, all right, shorty. All right. But in my head, I was like, yeah, if they didn't swerve, what's up? I guess it was our time to go. Don't try to scare me, because that's the crazy thing. It's real funny when people do shit, but when I'm trying to get, hilarious, it's not funny no more. I thought we was laughing. I thought we was yee-yeeing. Where the flag at? You know what I mean? Where's the tapping on the side of the truck at? That shit was hilarious. Let's get stand up funny, But, I'm pretty sure I only did that because I was high. And I just didn't think of any consequences, because it was crazy, because if they didn't move out the way, I'm like 90% sure all of us would have died, or at least me, because my car was small as fuck. If you don't know what a Fiat looked like, I need you to pause this episode right now and just Google Fiat 500. That's a small ass car. I would have been literally inside their trunk. Like, my car it would have got ate the fuck up. But what did we learn? Because I been knew the rules of the road. So hopefully I taught him a little lesson. But whatever. That was a silent ass truck ride back to the house. Because what's up? Like, that's crazy. And then Bow Creek is like a skinny ass road. So you could have just went beside me and kept on going straight. Like they were trying to fuck with me, y'all. And I know y'all said, like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I promise I'm not. Like, they were purposely, like, on my ass. Like, it was like license plate to license plate. And my car is small, and it was mint green, so they knew I was a girl. I don't know if they knew I was a black girl. I don't know if race had anything to do with it, but, they got good swerving skills, because I'm telling y'all, if they didn't, we all would have met our maker. So, okay. So I'm saving the last two topics for the end of the episode, and this is one of them, because it's kind of, it's kind of one of those. A few episodes back, I said that I was going to try to, be more open, because I'm a naturally closed off person, right? And I just find it, the more I get older, I realize that I put too much expectations on other people when they're in my life. Like, I'm less anxious and I'm less insecure when I'm alone. And I never have any insecurities. I never think I'm ugly. I never think that I'm a weirdo. I never think any of these things when I'm by myself. When I'm in my, my place, I'm listening to music, watching TV, I'm really chilling. I'm really pleased with myself, right? It's the fact when other people come into my life, like potential friends, potential partners, that I start like overanalyzing myself and being like, oh God, well, oh shit, oh fuck, oh goddamn, oh, they not gonna like me, oh, it makes me start trying to fix myself for that person, when it's just like, you don't even do this when you're alone. Why the fuck are you doing it now? I'm the most comfortable when, like, nobody's texting my phone, nobody needs anything from me, nobody expects anything from me. Obviously my parents are a different story, because if they don't need me, I will cry every day. I'm like, y'all don't love me anymore. Is that it? Yeah. Like, being adopted is crazy. I like my parents. I need my parents to need me all the time. But like, just everyday shit, if I'm just alone, I am so comfortable with myself, and I when I look in the mirror, I'm not like, yuck. You know what I mean? I'm just chilling when I'm by myself. And then times where I do crave like that human interaction or some type of attention, whether it's romantic or platonic, I feel like that's when my anxiety and my insecurities and all these problems that I have with myself, that's when they spike the highest, because my brain feels like it's an unnatural feeling, and it's unnatural territory when I want somebody around, or when I need some type of affection. But my heart and my body knows that I need it. Like, you can't function as a human being without some type of affection. But my brain tells me that, like, this is weird as fuck. Like, why can't you just be okay with being alone? Like, get them the fuck away from us, because now now you're focusing on all the bad things about yourself that they might see. So you have to point it out first. So when they point it out, eventually you won't be fucked up. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy how that shit works. Genuinely become the worst version of myself when anybody tries to come into my life. Like I said, whether that's romantic or platonic, because I really feel like being in Florida has made me realize this the most. All of the potential friends I've possibly made out here, I've just blocked and cut everybody off. Like I can't handle it, because all I can do is think about, if we hang out, how long it's going to take for you to not like me anymore, or if when I leave the room, how many of y'all are going to talk shit about me, which happens all the time. It's just like, I can't handle it. You know, I can't handle it. And I don't have those thoughts when I'm by myself. I don't talk shit about me when I leave the room. You know what I mean? I like me all the time when I'm alone. So I don't have to worry about a time limit of when, you know, your attitude starts changing towards me. Or like in the beginning of our relationship, you loved me. You wanted to hang out all the time. And now that we're 6 months or a year in, you don't really fuck with me like that. You know, I fuck with me all the time. So I don't know. I wonder, does anybody else think like that? Because it's a really weird situation. Before I came out to Florida, when I was living in Indiana, you know, I had my own place, and I was just chilling. Like every day I would get up, make myself some breakfast, walk around naked, you know, listen to some music, watch some cartoons. I was like, hey, you a cool little bitch for real. You know what I mean? Like this is something. Like I would book a flight, go anywhere I wanted, like have a Saturday and Sunday in Mexico. You know, it was just cool. Like I was like, damn. But then when I would meet people, you know, it was either niggas that was trying to get on or girls that was like, oh my God, we should be friends. I was like, oh, should we though? Because you gonna fuck up what I got going on. And it's almost like it's a selfish thing, because until I need it from somebody, I don't want it at all around me. So, and I think that's low-key why I don't want to get married and have kids, because it's just like, I need to be alone when I want to be alone. The fact that you need me or want me every single day is going to piss me off, because I can't. I'm going to start thinking I'm a bad mom. I'm a bad wife. I'm ugly. I'm fat. Why are you even married to me? You know, you picked, obvious. I'm sorry, baby, but you got the worst mom. You know, it's just going to be so detrimental to me that it's just like, I don't want none of that shit. I just want to be by myself. And when I need it, I'll take it. And I'll take as much as I need and as much as I want, and then give it the fuck back after that. But it's hard to do that because, you know, people nowadays want a genuine connection and a genuine relationship. And I'm not saying it's not genuine. I'm just saying you're gonna have to get it when I'm ready to give it, you know? I don't know. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's somebody that's listening to this be like, bitch, yes, I get it. Cause girl, get out my fucking house. Like, just leave me alone. I'm cool. All of my insecurities spike when just another person pops up. I'm like, ugh. Y'all know that nigga off of Fairly Odd Parents. I'm like, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I can't do it. Like, it's ridiculous. Leads me perfectly into the last topic that I want to talk about, okay, y'all? And take it easy with me on this one, because I know a lot of y'all are like going through this. The first thing I want to say is I have developed since 2020 a very strong sense of JOMO. It's literally the opposite of FOMO, fear of missing out. JOMO is the joy of missing out. I purposely don't listen to music that's popular. I purposely don't watch shows that are trending. I want to be ignorant to a lot of shit that people like, just because I don't want to mentally be in the same space as the masses, right? That's something that I do on purpose. But I can't lie and say that I'm not influenced by the toxic positivity that's been going through all the socials lately. You know, like that soft girl era and all that shit, right? So jarring to me, because it makes, ooh, girl, half of the people that preach shit like that are assholes. And I know for a fact, especially if you're a woman, it don't even matter if you're a black woman, there's been a time where you've been genuinely just trying to be nice to another woman that preaches, you know, all this positivity and nice girl shit, and she was just an asshole. Or even if you knew somebody in person, or you went to school with them, or you work with them, and they're just a nasty ass bitch on the inside, but on social media they present themselves as like this damn near peace police. You know what I mean? It's disgusting. Like I said, that soft girl era shit on TikTok sounds good. And I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I fell into it thinking that my naturally angry ass was like developing like my soft girl era. Like, I'm so unbothered. Like, you can't get to me. Anger was the first emotion I have ever experienced. So I don't know why I thought that I was just gonna be like, yeah, well, not anymore. I'm a new person. Like, I'm so soft. I have never been soft in my entire life. And let me tell you something. I think that that's so detrimental to people who actually go through shit. Like, people on social media make it seem like healing is like the snap of a fucking finger. Healing takes, if not as long as it did to go through the trauma, if not double. You know what I mean? Like, if you were traumatized as a child and that has carried into adulthood, you're gonna be healing for a long time. But the girlies on TikTok and Instagram, those are the only two I have. I can't speak for Twitter. Everybody on Twitter is mean as hell, so that I can't even throw that in there. But it's so detrimental to people who actually go through like life-changing, like mentality-shifting shit, that it's just like all of these girls are able to just snap their fingers and be like, oh my God, like, I'm changed, I'm forever unbothered, I'm healed, I'm soft, I'm this, I'm that. But it's just like, some of them girls or some of them people's biggest problems in life was that, you know, they didn't get the job they wanted, or, you know, they got a flat tire, or their dog died, you know what I mean? And then you got bitches like me who, you know, really been through some shit, and it's just like, it makes you start to think, well, why can't I just be unbothered? Why can't I just do this? Why can't I just do that? Then bringing it back around to being a black girl, you know that black women always have had this stereotype of being mean and bitchy and aggressive. And I'm okay with that, because it's absolutely okay to go apeshit sometimes. It's absolutely okay to fuck shit absolutely up sometimes, just to feel as good as you would if you could snap your fingers and be like, fuck, I'm healed, I'm over that. Sometimes you just gotta go absolutely fucking sane to get that weight lifted off your shoulders. I'm not trying to go to yoga, bitch. I'm not trying to drink a oat milk chai. That's not what's gonna help me. Perfect example. I haven't spoken to my birth mom. If you're a longtime listener now, you know I'm adopted, but I used to be able to be in my birth mom's presence and pretend like everything she put me through never happened, right? My mom is an OG gaslighter, okay? OG. I mean, one of the first, God slipped her, or whoever slipped her into this earth was like, gaslighter. Like, she got a doctorate in that shit, okay? And sometimes when I was around her, I would be trying to like slip in a conversation that I know would heal my inner child, and she would just shut all that shit down. Like, I'd be trying to talk about something that she put me through, and she'd be like, that shit never happened. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I love my kids. I would never do this shit. All I do is it. And it's like, girl, first of all, I don't even know what to say, because it's just like, I can't even have a conversation with you, because everything that I felt, you don't even fucking remember, because you were either high out your fucking mind, you weren't there, or you were just a bad parent. And it's so hard for people to admit shit like that. But back to the original point, it's so hard to be like, you know what? She's my mom. I can be around her. I can shove all of my insecurities that she gave me and all of my uncomfortability around her, so I can make her feel better. I can say that I'm healed. I can say that, I've moved on and it doesn't bother me anymore. But I can't act like being around her doesn't make me genuinely feel bad. Like, even being in her presence is triggering. Like I said, I haven't talked to her in about 2 years, and she'll call me, she'll text me, she'll send me TikToks. I haven't opened one. I haven't answered one. I haven't responded to anything. And it's just because I can't fake it anymore. You know what I mean? If you would have caught me, a year ago, I would have, or 2 years ago, actually, I would have sucked it up and be like, hey girl, what's going on? You want to go get lunch? Oh, okay. And everything that you put me through and everything that you did to me is just, can never go unspoken. That's not right. And now that I know what type of person my birth mom is, she isn't the type of person that you can look at and sit down and talk to and be like, you hurt me, you did this to me, you did that to me, and I just want to talk about it. I want an apology. I want you to address and admit the fact that you did this to me. Everything I have now that's negative is because of you. She isn't that type of person. I don't know if it's her own mental illness that blocked that shit out, but she just cannot do that. I told y'all, OG gaslighter, right? So now in my mind, which I'm not going to do, but in my mind, the only way I can sit down and have a civil conversation with my mom, or even want to be in her presence, is if she run my fucking 30s. Like, I have to beat her the fuck up. And I know I'm not going to do that. But right now, at this stage in my life, that's what it feels like it has to come to. Because there's no talking to her. There's no, like, suppressing my feelings anymore to fake out, to make myself believe that I'm healed when I know I'm not. I'm far from healed. I know I'm not. So either I have to punch her in her fucking face, or we're just going to have to pause communication until I realize what other route to get to you and talk to you is. I feel like when you rush shit like that, you're just lying to yourself. You know what I mean? Like I said, I cannot lie and say that I wasn't participating in the whole unbotheredness, soft girl era, like sage in my house trying to get out the demons. I'm the demon. Like, I'm my own demon. I can't sage myself away, bitch. Like, you really got to go through this shit. Like, you really got to cry yourself to sleep. You really got to identify that shit. And it's hard. It's hard to do that, especially when everybody else around you in the world seems like all their problems can just get washed away with a fucking trip to Miami. You know what I mean? So that's all. All right, guys. I know I said I was going to keep it on a hot 30, but I got one more story to tell y'all before I end this episode, okay? Because I was traumatized, and if I had to see it, y'all at least got to hear it. All right? So listen. So yesterday, we had a little get together for my mom's mom, which is my grandma, but since I'm adopted, I don't really know what to call her. But she is my grandma. She's my adopted grandma. It was her birthday, right? So they were sending me, they was volunteering my services to go pick up ice, pick up hot dog buns, and I was like, all right, well, okay. So I'm driving down the street, right? And my parents live on water. So there's hella like fishing poles and stuff outside. There's hella people like on the bridge posted up, fishing with a cooler and a beer. That's regular shit. Plus it's Florida. Niggas do that anyway. I'm coming back to my parents' house from the store because I had to get ice and some other shit and some Bud Light from my uncle's. And I see like an ambulance and I'm like, oh shit, I might not be able to go that way. So as I'm driving real slow, and I see like a lady like halfway hanging out of her driver window. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Like, her car wasn't messed up or anything like that. So I'm like, what is happening? What is she doing? Is she trying to like talk to the ambulance, right? But she's not moving. She's just hanging out of the window, just staring. And I'm like, okay. Usually I'm not the nosy bitch that's all in the accident. Y'all know when y'all pass an accident and there be people driving slow because they trying to see the license plate number. They trying to see everything about the accident. I'm usually not one of them people. But I'm not gonna lie, I definitely cut a U-turn and was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I couldn't see, the ambulance was blocking what was making her hang out the window. So I busted a little Yui because I was just like, I kind of need to, like, what is she doing? Y'all, tell me why this bitch had a fish hook through her cheek and out her lip. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was, I don't know what that nigga was trying to catch with that hook, but it was huge. It was huge. It was like the size of a high school like key lock. I was like, what is happening? I didn't even notice when I was driving the first time past it that she had blood trickling down her neck. I didn't even see that. All I thought was she was like hanging out the car window trying to talk to somebody. When I tell you that shit looked like it hurt so bad, now I understood why she wasn't moving. Because I think she was just so in shock that all she could do was just like stare into space. It went through her cheek and it was like up through her lip. Like, I can't even describe it so y'all can get like a mental image. That shit was in there deep. And I was like, oh my absolute goodness. I had never turned around and saw that because it really traumatized me. But I just needed to tell y'all that because I'd never seen no shit like that. And that would happen in Florida. Like, out of all the places, that's such a Florida accident to happen. Okay, guys, that's the end of the episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you know your girl's on TikTok. Let's make this podcast the podcast. Okay, y'all? I want to hear you talk about it in the streets. 5 stars if you're feeling frisky, and 5 stars even if you're not. All the beautiful music in this episode is by the amazing Zoe Marie. Zoe's music can be found on all streaming platforms, so please go listen and love it just like I do. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.